This is Amazing P at Never Planet Studios with Endawa, the story.
Indaba. Today we're here back at it again with Another Planet Studios. We're here with producer Amazing P.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate you guys for having me. Yeah, music producer from Brooklyn, New York, Coney Island. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, man. It's what I love to do.
What you love to do? Realize that your love for music.
Um, Started at an early age. I would say when I was maybe like 13, 14, started like
13,
having a
14.
passion for the music thing because I come from a music household. Like my father used to rap, my mother always used to play music in the house, so
Nice.
it was like second nature for me. So I just loved it. I was around music everywhere. Um,
Wonderful. So how did you get from loving music to being around music to actually finding yourself in the studio?
um, that's a good question. I mean, it started out after I would say like once I got to high school, I
Mhm.
started finding myself and started experimenting with different sounds and all that.
Nice.
And this happens once I had my first keyboard, which was a Casio. Yeah,
Perfect. So you play the keyboard.
yeah, I
Nice,
played.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So what have been some of your, you would say, your highlights so far in your career?
I would say when I started at Murder Inc., I was at Murder Inc. for 3 years.
Mhm.
Got to work with Irv, Seven Aurelius, Ja Rule,
Mhm.
um, Cadillac Ty, a bunch of people from Murder Inc.
Mhm.
Except for Ashanti and Lloyd. They
Mm.
wasn't up there at that time. But
Mm.
yeah.
Nice. So what are some of the, there's a lot of conversation around music right now. A lot of people are saying that there's a gap between what people are yearning to hear and what's actually being put out. The Grammys just put out a bunch of nominations.
hmm
There's some controversies, as usual, about
Yeah,
people
yeah.
feeling like who should have been nominated, who shouldn't have been nominated.
hmm
So as someone who works in the kitchen, in the engine of music,
hmm
what would you say for you right now? What are some of your inspirations? What are you into? What are the sounds that you're excited about?
I mean, right now, I listen to everything.
Mm.
You know, the one thing I tell people, especially artists or producer or even a DJ, never limit yourself. I'm one of the producers that I do everything. I listen to
Hmm.
all types of music.
Yeah,
So
we were just listening to your rock
yeah,
to your rock sound
yeah, yeah,
earlier today. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. You just never know where you get inspiration from. You know,
yeah. Hmm.
it could be from a country record, it could be from a Brazilian record, anything, Italian record, Spanish. I get a lot of inspiration from Spanish music too.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
so I'm around everything. I listen to everything. I study everything.
Wonderful. So you're just a lover and a scholar of
Yeah,
music, you would say.
yeah, because music is powerful, man. It's very and it's spiritual.
So today we're here at Another Planet Studios talking to Amazing P,
Yes, yes.
discussing his career in the music industry, his time at Murder Inc. Records, as well as some of his inspirations. We listened to some of his music that he's producing, and it's just a number of wonderful different genres and sounds. And
Yeah,
so
thank you.
I just wanted to know how long have you been, coming to Another Planet Studios, and how are relationships with producers and studios generally?
So I've been here about a year and a half. Yeah, I'm fairly new, so yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I met Dre through my boy B.I. He's from my hometown, Coney Island.
Hmm.
So we all came together and we just, you know, just making sure we do the right things in here and just building up artists in here and Never Planet Studios.
Nice, great. So, what would you say to a young boy who's currently in high school, who loves music,
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't necessarily want to be a rapper? Because oftentimes people kind of glamorize the front, but without producers, without
Mm-hmm.
sound engineers, there's no actual hip hop. There's no music.
Mm-hmm.
There's just someone who's probably speaking into a microphone
Yeah,
in silence,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Without the work that you do.
yeah,
And sometimes I understand the sound comes before the song. So like,
yeah.
how does that process usually work? Like if you were explaining it to someone who's in high school,
Mm-hmm.
like the process of making music, the business of making music, and kind of what you would say are things that have been things you've learned.
So the process of making music it just it depends on having the right people behind you, right people in the room with you.
Hmm.
Chemistry, you know, it's just like being in a relationship. It's all about chemistry, catching the vibe, I would say. But the music is more important than anything before the vocalist or the rapper gets on it.
Mm.
So you got to make sure when you're producing a record for someone, you got to make sure you inspire that artist,
Mm.
and that's what I do when I make my music.
Mm.
I'm trying to inspire the artists, or
Mm.
they come up with dope lyrics and
Mm.
whatever, dope songs, whatever. But yeah, it's all about the inspiration, man, and that starts with the producer. I'm like the quarterback.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the quarterback. Excellent. Who are some of your inspirations musically? Like, who are the people that for you drove you towards feeling like you want to make music with substance, or that motivate you in that way or inspire you?
I mean, well, definitely have to say Jay-Z,
Mm.
um, Drake,
Mm.
um, Nas,
Mm.
Kendrick Lamar. It's a few
Mm.
people. It's a lot of people. I just think it's like super dope.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's so many.
Yeah,
I could be here
and
for
I think
days.
and I
J.
think
Cole too.
and I think it speaks to your honesty about
Hmm.
when you mentioned that you are someone who's interested in writing music about substance, and
Hmm.
that you listen to all kinds of music,
Hmm.
because you just named two pairs of rival musicians as some of your four
Yeah,
inspirations:
yeah,
Kendrick, Drake, Jay, Nas. So
yeah.
that's very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Obviously you're from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So what would you say to people that say that New York can save hip hop?
I don't think hip hop needs saving though. I think
Mm.
hip hop is gonna be here forever, man.
Revival, rejuvenation.
Uh,
Well, who's gonna come out? Because I guess usually they've had this conversation a couple of times, and
hmm,
usually it has to do with maybe there's just not a big hit that's come out
hmm,
in a while,
yeah,
and then you'll have like the hit come out from a certain
hmm,
artist, like when we had Pop Smoke, who he
hmm.
came out and he came
Yeah,
out
it
with
was influential.
with the
Yeah.
sound
Hmm.
that was already brewing, because
Hmm.
we're right here now. We're local, so we're here in the belly of the beast,
Yeah, yeah.
in the belly of the
Hmm.
music, of the sound. We're in a studio, meaning that we're in the belly of, we're in the engine, we're in the oven, we're in the
Hmm.
kitchen. We're in the kitchen and we're talking to a chef.
Yeah.
So basically, this is where the new sounds will come out and the new
Hmm.
artists will come out and say, like, it happens every couple of years, but then they say, hip hop is back, as if
Hmm.
it went anywhere. But usually, it just kind of, I feel like it retreats
Hmm.
and it goes back underground when the main wants to dictate, like you said, all the
Hmm.
party songs. The mainstream kind of dictated what was going to be like the sound, and then everyone's
Yeah.
kind of going in one direction, which I think after a while, takes away the inspiration if
Hmm.
you're all just kind of repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to an artist who feels like they can be the person who can put that jolt back into hip hop?
I mean, go for it. If you're making music with substance and music that has a feeling behind it,
Mm-hmm.
I say go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that
Excellent.
type of music is gonna last a long time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you've worked with artists, you've worked with writers.
Hmm.
How is the relationship with writers? And if someone wanted to come to Another Planet Studios, let's say all they have is, not all, but what they have to the
Hmm.
table, what they bring to the table is their vocals.
Yeah.
And so they need that full one-stop shop. Are they able to come here and get you as a producer and also be connected to someone who can write and help them collaborate and
Yeah,
build up their...
it's a one stop shop here. Yeah, we get we everything. We want a record, engineering, recording, whatever. We get that.
Excellent.
You know, I want to start doing like a song camp, like having a bunch of artists in here and doing
Mm-hmm.
song camps. We just look at a bunch of records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I wanna do that. Maybe next summer we're gonna probably aim to doing that.
That would be exciting. That would
Yeah,
be exciting. Back at it again here with Amazing P at Another Planet Studios.
yeah,
So we're gonna wrap up our conversation now, but I just wanted to tap in,
hmm,
since we're talking about hip hop, since we're talking about different regions. We're in New York right now,
uh-huh.
but what have been some of your experiences? Because I did hear you play another sound that had a Louisiana,
Yeah,
New
yeah, like a bounce.
Orleans
Yeah,
bounce
yeah,
sound.
yeah.
So how's your experience been with working with different artists and different
Hmm.
producers from different parts of like the country?
It's been amazing. So like I'm always open to working with different people. I do a lot of studying too. Like I study different regions, like from down south to West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans, Memphis, and I'm just like a fan of music. I love
Mm-hmm.
all types of music.
We heard some, I want to say we heard some an Afrobeat sound,
Yeah, I love Afro beats.
but then I also heard Amapiano.
I do. Yeah, I love all that
I heard
stuff.
Amapiano because I heard some pianos
Hmm.
and some trumpets there. So si Tolili Amapiano la nyo pagala Amapiano. So he was producing and the sound, and I could hear it. I could hear the pianos. I could hear all the different
Hmm.
instruments. So it's really interesting to get like the back end of how this music gets to us, the listeners, before we get to streaming. How is the process? Again, we're here in the kitchen, we're in the studio with a chef, aka a producer,
Yeah.
who brings all the ingredients together before you all get to consume and enjoy it. Indaba the Story here in New York City, currently in Brooklyn at Another Planet Studio.